Hello to all my friends out there. Here we are again. This video is the stockpile, the war on inflation. Also, I'm going to be eating my stockpile down, so I'll show you what I make. And then I'll make a few comments on these prophetic dreams. My spin on the whole thing. Okay, so first thing, what did I make for dinner? Well, owie, my plate is hot. I can get by on this. Okay, so I made 2 biscuits. I had biscuit mix, and I just added water little by little to create like a round lump of dough. I didn't stir it too much so my biscuits didn't get tough. And then I just patted them into 2 tasty little biscuits. I will show you. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And I have potatoes out. I boiled them. This potato is actually hot. And then I have bacon in the freezer, so I want to eat that down. And so I have some butter, which is very tasty on biscuits, and potatoes. But it could be margarine, you know what? It could be nothing. There's fat in the... So, let's say war. If we're preparing for war, we need provisions, right? We don't want to battle any kind of enemy without food and water. Nothing drastic. Just prepare. And so here is some bacon gravy I made, and I'm going to eat that. And if I had to eat this, I could get by. If I had some fruit and vegetables, I could eat that if I wanted to, but if I didn't have any, I could feed this to my baby. Yeah, you damn right I would feed it to my baby. This is powdered milk. Let me find my jam. I meant to take it out. So you want to be thinking about children, infants. Okay, I'll just get my honey to go on my biscuits from Dollar Tree. I keep this also to make granola bars. So take a look at this. This is a pretty decent little dinner. Jam would be good. I have jam in the refrigerator. And then I make tea. I use 1 bag, and this is some icy cold tea, which costs 1 penny per bag. So 4 cups for a penny. And then, you know, I have some salt and pepper. So there's my meal. That's good. That's eating the stockpile down. But you have to have a stockpile to eat down. So we'll go into that now. The worst thing you can do in any emergency situation is to lose your level-headed perspective on things. You want to survey the scene, see what's going on. As of now, nothing is going on, but I do see some things. We have massive crowds today at the beach. That might not be so smart, but it's very, very hot. If you can see me sweating, it's because I am. Now, one of the wars we do have to worry about is the war on inflation. So one thing that can really help us defeat this war is a stockpile, because things could go up 25%, 35%, 50% easily. Okay, stockpiling versus inflation. So today I went to Walmart and I bought 1 week worth of food for $23.19. I want to make sure that I have food in my house. Most people have a grocery budget of $20 or go to the food banks and food pantries. I saw one of the nice ladies today from the food pantry Okay, so I went to Walmart and I bought $23.19 worth of food. The first thing I bought was cornflakes, and so you might be saying to yourself, Rhoda, I'm sick of hearing about those damned cornflakes. Listen, you guys, this much cornflakes lasts me a month, eating it in everything I can possibly think of. And what I do is I eat cornflakes and milk in the middle of the night, cornflake chicken, and granola bars with these cornflakes. And I bought these for $1. Then I bought a package of 3 powdered milk for $2.98, and they come with pouches. Okay, I recently donated some of these, but these pouches will stay good indefinitely, but I wanted to give them to somebody before they expired. So I bought these at Walmart for $2.98, 3 pouches. Out of this milk, I would make gravy, potato soup, yogurt, and rice pudding, just to name a few things, and you know, I could drink it. And if I had any children, they could drink it as well. It's probably better if you have babies to stockpile evaporated milk, and I put a recipe on my Twitter for baby formula in an emergency. It's made in the day they used to feed their babies evaporated milk. Okay, then I bought 1 can tuna, 68 cents, 1 can Vienna sausages. Okay, with the tuna, I eat almost every day tuna and crackers, a tuna salad, a tuna sandwich, or a tuna casserole. Then I bought a can of Vienna sausages for 43 cents. I fry them in a little oil and make scrambled eggs and toast, top ramen and Vienna sausages. Vienna sausage, I wrote that twice, in baked beans or pork and beans, or a sandwich. And then, so that was 43 cents. And the potted meat was 50 cents. Usually I make a sandwich and a sandwich with mayonnaise and mustard. So here is the first page if you guys want to take a screenshot. I had issues with my pen, of course. Okay, number 6, I bought mushroom soup for 50 cents. I bought everything at Walmart. You know, we have to be careful that our food is going to be good. We have to inspect our food and make sure it's not contaminated. There's been quite a few of these prophecies saying, watch out for food contamination. I listen to them all. And when I can, you know, I do. I check the food out. Mushroom soup, you could make to a casserole. I make chicken bakes with this and the green bean casserole. So this goes back to preparing little by little for the holidays. And then I bought a box of instant potatoes for $1.56. I bought a package of biscuit mix, and this is what this is the second batch of biscuits I made. These biscuits are good. If you make them good, look at this. These are good. Don't buy the biscuits for $1. These you can make 1 or 2 at a time. One corn muffin mix. What I've been doing is in my cupcake papers, I just fill it about this far, so my muffins are like muffin tops, and it's so much better. So, okay, mushroom soup, instant potatoes, Bisquick. I like the pouches because the pouches will stay, you know, once you open a package, you can somehow contaminate it. Okay, so now I want to go on. I will be able to easily get by with my stockpile food. In my freezer, I have chicken. I have hamburger, partially soy patties, or get turkey burger, and I have bacon in it. Okay, so then I bought a package of the spaghetti. It comes with spaghetti, sauce mix, and Parmesan cheese. So you can use half of your cheese in your spaghetti, but you could use it on your salad. Lettuce, salsa, and Parmesan cheese with salad dressing. So then with this you need 1 tomato paste. So that's like a meal. If it's just one of you, that's going to last you at least 2 days. So let me give you a shot of this. So the trick is, when you go shopping, you're in a war against inflation. You've got to get food, but you want to be as cheap as you can so you don't run out of money or food. Okay, now table number 2. This may seem idiotic, but if something happens, you're going to be darn glad you have this food. Okay, now what? Okay, the next thing I bought was macaroni and cheese. I find the Walmart macaroni and cheese to be good, $1.48. I bought salsa. The thing about salsa and ketchup is it can be counted as a vegetable. I bought 2 cans of tomatoes because I want fruit and vegetables. So I bought 2 cans of Italian style tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano. And you can make spaghetti sauce. You can pour it over. If you have canned salmon, if you pour this over the salmon a little bit, and salt, pepper, and sugar, that's going to give you great salmon. And I bought 2 cans of green beans. Also, you can use salt, pepper, and sugar in macaroni, and that's going to give you a little vegetable. You can now, out of the green beans, you can make green bean casserole. So we have the mushroom soup, or you can just eat it with crackers, and the green beans for the upcoming holidays. Or you can make green beans with bacon and cornbread for like a meal. I got all this stuff for $20, and this is a lot of food. $23. And this is way than enough food for a week. And then I have stockpiled food. But the thing about almost all this food is I put it in the stockpile. If I don't eat it this week, if I don't eat it next week, then you know, it's in the stockpile to be eaten when I need it. Okay, I bought refried beans at Walmart. I think they have the best refried beans for the price, 77 cents. This is like comparable to the Taco Bell beans. Like if you didn't have, first of all, you're going to save your bacon fat to refry your beans. And then I bought pork and beans, and you can put your Vienna sausage, your hot dogs, or your Polish sausage, or you can make baked beans, just add a little brown sugar. And I meant pork and beans, and then I bought pinto beans, and you can use the pinto beans, you know, chop up sausage, ham, or bacon, and make yourself a little pot of beans and make yourself some muffin tops, and then get yourself some fruit, and you know, then you need a little fruit. So I bought 2 cans of this pineapple in its own juice. So that's like you're getting fruit as well as the juice. Don't forget to drink the juice. And then I bought a package of raisins because they say stockpile as much dry fruit as you possibly can. And then I bought mixed nuts for $2. And there's nutrients in nuts. You don't want to be deficient in dairy or nuts, good fats. So, you know, if you want to worry about these prophetic dreams, start stockpiling your food and say, okay, the inflation might hit, but the best thing I can do is prepare so that my family has food. Anything that happens, and if something happens, be sure to take your food with you, because sometimes you think you're you're going to a safer place, and it could be just as bad, if not worse. A lot of people left California for Arizona. Hasn't been so good over there. But, you know, if the COVID starts hitting with all these people going to the beach, that might have been a good place. Okay, now I want to talk about, there's all kinds of prophetic dreams of war. The Russians are striking, famines, collapses of the economy. So we want to survey the scene for ourselves, but mainly we want to stand on the Word. Okay, a word about the Word. A lot of us feel that the Word is the solid form of the Holy Ghost. You're standing on the Word. You're not just like reading it and it's going in and out one ear. And so I know like very few verses, but this one I do know. Jeremiah 29:10 and 11. I know the plans I have for you. This is the Lord's declaration. Plans for a future, not for destruction, to give you a future and a hope. So let's say you find yourself still standing in the rubble. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to stand on the Word. That God is going to sustain you and help you somehow. Now, some of us have been prepared. Since 9/11, I became an EMT. If you want to prepare for war, say, well, what could help? Well, a weapon could help. I wouldn't have a panic attack, but I would be thinking, well, you know, if there's riots and looting, you know, you have to protect your food. The best thing you want to do is move your food if things start getting bad. Move it to a safer location. So you're going to stand on the Word. Okay, now I was going to the Adventist church. I'm not an Adventist, but they have some stuff I really like. And one of the things was, if you stay very close to Jesus, evil and evildoers cannot stand you. They cannot stand to be around you. Now, will they attack you? Possibly. But hopefully you will leave just in the nick of time, or something will come up and you will elude harm. So we're standing on the Word. We're staying very close to Jesus. Will some of this stuff happen? Possibly. Okay, now, Timothy, 2 Timothy 1:7, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. What would happen if our infantry started crying? You know, we send them into war and they start crying and they go, oh, we're doomed, we're doomed. No, a lot of people like Winston Churchill absolutely refuse to think of anybody defeating them. And, you know, people were called defeatists, Americans as well. So, you know, but he had been in wars and he had been aware that God was with him. I mean, people were falling on all sides. A lot of leaders are like that. I believe George Washington was also one of these leaders. Okay, now I want to talk to you guys about these dreams. Okay, there is military tech, and we all know about it, and it said, throw down your weapons, and Allah has told you, throw down your weapons and surrender. So I've had some of these dreams as well, and I thought, you know, this is fishy to me. You know, Russians attacking and stuff. Okay, if that COVID starts taking hold, we're not going to have to worry about the Russians. We're going to have our own problems. If the grand solar minimum hits, the Russians are going to have their own problems. It's going to be freezing cold over there. And then, you know, I've heard, you know, our allies are going to turn on us. Would that make a whole lot of sense? Not really. Okay, so now these warning systems that are military tech. Warning system is any system of biological or technical nature deployed by an individual or group to inform of a future danger, like danger, danger, you know, and it goes out across the internet. Its purpose is to enable the deployer of the warning system to prepare for danger and act accordingly to mitigate or avoid it. So, you know, the danger sent out, watch out, trouble, trouble. Okay, so we've heard the warning, so there's possible trouble coming. Warnings cannot be effective unless people react to them. So what we want to do is say, okay, I hear these warnings. I'm not going into any crowds because that is dangerous. The bigger the crowds, the more dangerous. I'm just going to, you know, take it one day at a time and try to get through this COVID. And if we're attacked, if I'm an EMT, I'm going to be more useless than if I just run around, oh my gosh, my gosh. I'm going to stand on the word that God is going to help me. Okay, now about this, and so a lot of times they point to Revelations. Okay, the first 4 of these seals in Revelations are 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. But an underlining meaning can be the religious deception. So we always have to say, hey, is this biblical? Okay, one of the ways we can tell is this out of the Word? Did this come out of the mouth of God? Because Satan can give us dreams as well, especially if they're fearful type dreams. So we have been warned, Luke 2:21-11. Okay, nobody has to re-warn us of this. We already been warned. There will be great earthquakes, famines, pestilence in various places, fearful events, and great signs from heaven. So we know that's coming. The one I'd be worried about now, what I'm doing is I'm going through my life, and if there are any places that I go that are not being careful enough about the COVID, I'm not going there anymore. That's for one thing. Okay, India's capital faces a swarmageddon, like an Armageddon of locusts. So we see insects. Insects are bad, especially flies. I hate flies. Disease, one of the best ways to elude disease is stay as clean as you possibly can. Make sure that you don't run out of food and make sure that you have heat. So that is my way in. So, you know, when I have these dreams as well, I take them with a grain of salt. I'm so hot, you guys. So that's my way in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.